I'm James Eade of the Eade Foundation. You can call me Jim. The Eade Foundation is to build communities by playing chess. And if you're part of a community, you are never alone. Now, the Eade Foundation is sponsoring the Chess Files. The Chess Files is designed to ask questions, and the answers are out there. Today's question is, can girls become grandmasters? And I have brought on two guests to help me answer that question and then talk about whatever else comes up. Sophia and Kimberly, thank you for joining my show. And I would like Kimberly to introduce Sophia to the viewers. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having us on.
Sure.
Sophia is a very dear friend of mine who I've known for over 10 years. And she is an icon in the chess community, New York in particular, New York City, but also across the nation and also very involved internationally. She's an international arbiter, an NTD, and an international organizer. And she's also been director of the Columbia Grammar Chess program for 30 years or so. And that's a remarkably successful program, which she has headed up. And she's still, even despite the pandemic going on, is still keeping the program very active and trying to continue to promote chess, despite everything going on with online lessons and classes and things like that. And she's also involved in so many other organizations, including a foundation called Girls to Grandmasters, and also with the New York State Chess Association. So that's just a little tidbit of what Sophia is involved in.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just a brief summary of all that she's done. But Sophia, why would I have Kimberly on this show? Could you tell me a little bit about Kimberly?
Kimberly, I about 5 years ago, after knowing her for 5 years, felt that she'd be an important tool in women's and girls chess. And we were asked to be on the U.S. Women's Chess Committee by a longtime friend of yours, Ruth Herring. And I suggested Kim would be an incredible addition as someone who would always be able to volunteer anytime, anywhere, any day. And that is an essential part of how that committee especially made, I think, the awareness of women and girls chess explode the last 5 years. And many other people as well, like Jennifer Shahadi and friends, of doing community work at tournaments and around the U.S.
Okay, thank you so much. So the Girls to Grandmaster, that's the URL. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now. And so go to that site and check them out. But the question today that we are supposed to answer is, can girls become grandmasters? And, I think that's a preposterous suggestion. I mean, girls becoming grandmasters, you know how hard it is to become a grandmaster? It's ridiculous. I mean, if you put this in a script and send it to a Hollywood producer, there's no way they would make a show out of it. And who would watch it? So is there any example of a girl that has become a grandmaster?
James, as you know, one of the strongest players ever in the world was Judith Polgar. And she really set the example of becoming a grandmaster and how to do it the right way. I don't know if you've ever seen any of her talks, any of her TED Talks. She talks of, which is really important, the relationship she had with her parents, how positive they were after even any defeat, how they were always found the positives in anything she did. But she's also clarifies of how much work and dedication she was forced to put into that activity. Are you saying, James, that women don't work hard? I don't think so. Look who our new vice president-elect is.
Whoa.
She's at that top.
Ooh.
So that is the chess, what I call glass ceiling.
Yes.
It's going to explode anytime soon. And as you know,
Way to go, Sophia.
I have the answer.
Well, you put me in my place, but what about this idea of it being popular on television or something?
Well, as you know, Queen's Gambit.
Really? Do you have any idea of would somebody watch a show about chess?
Oh, definitely. Queen's Gambit right now is the #1 streaming series on Netflix. And so many people have heard of it and watched the series. Even non-chess players have become interested in chess because of Queen's Gambit. So I think that's just is going to continue to increase the popularity of chess. And it's something that people can explore during this pandemic more than ever.
And so you're telling me that there is a show on Netflix that's the most popular show, and it's about a girl that becomes a grandmaster, and people are watching it. It's popular. Is that right, Sophia?
Yeah, it is. It's based on, it's a book written by Walter Tevis, and he wrote The Color of Money.
I got it here.
Right.
Ah, good job. Good job,
I
Kimberly.
actually have the hardback, Kim,
Oh,
from 1985 from a bookseller that you might know, Jim, named Fred Wilson.
I do
And
know.
he was always a supply, and I think I read the book in 87. He recommended it to me. Took me a day. I couldn't put it down.
I know.
I remember saying to him, when are they going to make this a movie? And then over the last couple of decades, unfortunately, some people thought that the book was cursed, or the potential of making it into some sort of movie. And as you see now, it became a series on Netflix, or a limited series. I don't know if there'll be a second series. So that the people that had taken on the task had passed away. So they weren't sure if it was cursed. But fortunately, it is not. And it is rocking. Anybody that knows me out of chess has asked me, what do you think? What do you think? So it has really, I think it's, maybe can I say it's touched the world, that chess is really out there, not just for women, but out there. And even in the movie, you can see, I'm going to spoil it for those, unfortunately, if you want to turn off your video for like 5 seconds, you should. Even the final episode, you see her community in the chess world come and help her, which is what we do, isn't it? I hope so. So, yeah.
And if you're part of a community, you're never alone. And the chess community is there. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter what country you're from. You can be part of a chess community. If you play chess, if you're interested in learning, we can help you learn. If you're interested in playing, we can help you find a place to play. We can find a place online to play if you have broadband. So the chess community is out there. It's just, we don't know where you are, and you don't know where we are. We have to get connected. And when you're connected, you're part of the community. And then you'll never, ever feel alone again. So the chess community does work that way. Thank you for pointing that out, Sophia, because that is part of the mission of the foundation. We want to bring chess to everybody. And I read that book about the same time that you did. And I was assuming that I would be disappointed if they made it into a mini series or a film or something like that. Because many books that I've read that have been made into films have disappointed me. But I wasn't disappointed by this at all.
No, you're mesmerized. We were all mesmerized. I think the lead actress was, she's probably like the chess player that we want to be, but maybe, I don't know about that, but how she studies, but she does study, or how she comes to grips with that she actually has to work hard. Is that a bad thing to say the word that you want to work hard? Absolutely not. In anything you do in life, that's going to cross over. So if you work hard in chess, that's going to help you in anything you do. So you were earlier, you had mentioned at the beginning of your show, your main question was, can girls become grandmasters? Well, I think if the opportunity and help is there, such as in the 1970s in England, there was a chess player named James Slater who set a bounty for there to be English grandmasters or more of them. And if they became one, they would get this award. And maybe there should be some sort of bounty about women grandmasters and see where it goes. Right now, approximately, there is 39 women grandmasters, not WGMs, just grandmasters. And there's 119 approximately international masters that are women. We need those numbers to go up and up and up. How do we do that? Well, we have to create activity, tournaments. It starts at the grassroots, or as our committee learned, the US Women's Committee, the base. The more events you have for women to play or girls to play in and opportunities, things will happen. But more, what kind of coaching are they getting? Are the opportunities that they are getting? Kimmy?
Yes. You want to talk a little bit about maybe
mentoring, which is really important.
No, I think it's incredibly important for young girls to have mentors, girls, even outside of chess, to have, you know, girls that they can, older girls that they can look up to, girls that are in positions in which they can aspire to. And my daughter's, well, I'll just touch on this a little bit. Along with her co-founder, my daughter Karsten McVeigh was a very active chess player growing up, and competed internationally, represented the United States at the World Youth. And she is now 28 years old. But a couple of years ago, she and her co-founder, Nicole Maffeo, set up this foundation called Girls to Grandmasters. And mentoring was precisely what the girls had in mind. They wanted to make chess fun. They wanted to keep girls involved in chess because they felt like chess had rewarded them with so many benefits over the years, and they wanted to pass down the benefits or the possibility of getting those benefits to young girls. And so that's where the mentoring came in. And right now, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, they're on hiatus and not able to do as much. But hopefully, as soon as this pandemic ends, they hope to come together again. And it's all again about bringing the girls together and that sense of community. And they want to bring them together and continue to mentor them in chess and even outside of chess because of all the rewards that come with playing chess. So that's where mentoring, where mentoring comes in. And I think it's really, really important in the chess community.
I think so too, Kimberly. I think that was really well said. But because we are in this pandemic and many of us are in shutdown mode, can you have this mentoring online?
I think so. I've done a couple of Zoom events, and Kimberly's been part of them. And these were sort of, some of them are less sort of what I call solid chess. And I think chess players thrive to being on Zoom and having a board there. I mean, our sport, and I like calling it a mental sport, matter science, is perfect for online environment and to have a Zoom at the same time.
It's a killer app.
It is. And hopefully we'll be able to incorporate some of our websites a little easier so we don't have to have maybe a black screen if we're using an iPad or something of that nature for a child to use or someone who has that technology. But it is a perfect way for us to stay connected. So during the pandemic, maybe this is one of the really good things that has happened, that we can still do our activity. If we add Zoom, then we still have that connection where we see each other, we play, we come back, we socialize, we discuss, and hopefully we analyze together, because that's really what got me excited about chess in my younger years when I was playing actively.
Yes, and also for me, when it was older people took interest in my games and would counsel me and give me advice, that was good in multiple ways. One of them was they improved my play. The other was they were showing me attention, and they were saying they were welcoming me into the community. And that, as the teenage angst years, that meant so much to me. And I can imagine that it's even more important for a girl, because if you walk into a chess club, you're going to see a lot of men, a lot of boys, and not so many girls. So there have to be girls, women there to help welcome them and mentor them. Don't you agree?
I do. I know Kimmy's going to answer that. So as usual, I cut her off. Sorry, Kimmy.
No. I believe.
But I was so fortunate as a child. The first chess club I belonged to was in England. As you could tell, I have that funny across the pond accent, and it never really goes away. But I was so fortunate. The chess club, which I'm still a member today, there my heart sparkles when I say their name, Charlton Chess Club. Me and my brother turned up, and they took care of us. And there weren't any women there, but they had great respect that I was a girl, and treated me as a normal person, not even as a girl, but just as a chess player, and that I was a kid, and that was most important. And to this day, I still go there, and it's the welcome you get and the connection that you hope that the club that you belong to understands that, whatever level you are.
Great. Kimberly, what was your experience entering into the chess world?
My experience was very different from Sophia's. I became involved in the chess community because my oldest daughter, Karsten, started playing chess and became very, at a very competitive level. And I actually ended up having all three of my children play chess because I felt like the benefits were so great. And after they quit playing chess, just when they went on to college, I really wasn't going to stay that involved. But Sophia was the one that kind of got me involved by nominating me to be part of this women's committee. And the goal of that committee was to empower girls and women through chess. So there are just a number of events and programs that they've set up, including something that I'm very involved in is organizing the girls' club room at the National Scholastic events. And that is to bring the girls into a club room and they get to know each other. They bond with other girls from all across the country, and they just know that they have a place to go and they make friends, and then they don't feel quite so alone, if you will. And so far, that's been very successful, and we hope to continue that once Over the Board Chess returns.
Well, I'm just so filled with admiration for both of you for doing what you're doing, because this is so important to change the chess community. So it doesn't look like this monolithic block and they're all the same. We want this. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter if you play chess. You're just part of the chess community. And Kimberly, do you know this guy?
I took that picture.
I knew you knew him.
I know.
Who is that? Tell me who that is.
That is Grandmaster John Fedorovich, who is an old friend of mine. I know a very old friend of yours too. And Sophia's known John for many, many years also.
Yeah, yeah. So, would you say he's welcoming a person as a person?
I love John. He's great.
Yeah. And I met him because we insulted each other. And so it was perfect. We both started laughing. And but this is the thing. Not everybody is the same. Not everybody has the same sense of humor. Not everybody values the same things about chess. What I noticed when I was teaching children chess, that one of the benefits that you both mentioned is they learn to sit still and think. Now that's directly transferable back into the classroom. And we don't tell them that they're smart if they know how to play chess, but somehow that message is received. When they learn that they can play chess, they think they must be smart. And that is directly transferable back into class. The math problems don't look so difficult now. So they get confidence. And you build this confidence in a young person. That is a lifelong lesson that they get. So chess is a gift that lasts a lifetime. But you guys are part of this in a way that I just can't be. If I walk into a girl, and I've walked into a room full of girls and taught them chess, but they don't relate to me the way they would to you. So it's such an important role for women to be mentors to girls. Just as the men who were I never knew my grandfathers, but they were my grandfather's age, and they were mentors to me. It's so important. And so I just am so appreciative of what you're doing. And the answer to the question is, can girls become grandmasters? The answer is yes.
Absolutely.
And you're here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But it's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Said it would be easy.
It's not easy, period. But it's an incredible challenge. And in general, women love to be challenged and want to be challenged. So why not?
So if you're a guy and a woman enters into the chess room, welcome her. Make her feel at home, because that person is a chess player. She's not a woman / chess player. She's a chess player / woman. So it's part of becoming a chess community that extends to in all ways of life, wherever you're from, what language you speak, what you look like. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are. It doesn't matter. So these things just don't matter. It's, do you love chess? You want to play chess? That's all that matters. When that gets you into the chess community. And if you're part of the community, you're never alone. And thank you both for being on my show. I'm so appreciative, because I could not address this topic without people like you.
Well, Jim, really chess is a language, and everybody in this room speaks that language.
Yes, it is a universal language. We can all learn it. And so thanks again. And
thanks for your support, Jim.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And I'm going to say goodbye to you now and address the viewers. Hi, Mom. And then I will talk to you both afterwards. If you want to stick around backstage, please do.
We will. We'll probably talk to each other as we usually do.
Yes, yes, of course. All right, so this is Jim Eade of the Eade Foundation. The Eade Foundation is to build communities through chess. And if you're part of a community, you're never alone. And this is an important thing that I want everyone to take away from this show, is that everyone belongs in the chess community. And if you want to play chess, that's the only price of admission to this community. So we can help you if you don't know how. And if you want to get better, we can help you do that too. And we're here to help. So this is Jim Eade for the Eade Foundation, signing off for the Chess Files. Thank you for joining our show.